Old candle replaced by big feather. Anne's deliberate move blocked Harry's view from the cameras at the coronation. During the Queen's funeral, a candle was being strategically placed to hide Meghan's face. Yesterday, the same thing also happened to Harry at King Charles's coronation. Prince Harry's view of his father King Charles III's coronation was massively obstructed by a big red feather atop of Princess Anne's hat. The Duke of Sussex can be seen in visuals from the grand royal event, strategically trying to move his head around the giant plume in order to see the ceremony better. The Princess Royal attended the coronation of a brother at Westminster Abbey on Saturday in London, wearing a traditional British military uniform underneath a green velvet cape. Her ensemble included a towering bicorn hat embellished with a red feather. During the coronation ceremony at Westminster Abbey, Princess Anne was seated in front of her nephew, the King's youngest son, Prince Harry. Anne's towering feathered hat that blocked Prince Harry has become King Charles' coronation first meme on social media. Harry's seat placement behind that hat can't be accidental. Isn't that hat part of the uniform? They rehearsed it so they know who's going to sit where. Also, who placed the cameras at the right angles and places to make Princess Anne's hat cover Harry's face deserves to be knighted together with the hat itself. Moreover, I was watching on CNN, not only Princess Anne's feather, CNN has played their part upper right screen as Westminster Abbey and the time displayed right over Harry's face at every camera shot. Many speculated whether it was a deliberate move to punish the Duke of Sussex, who's been outspoken in his criticism of the royal family in his autobiography Spare and recent Netflix series. Others also compared it to the moment Harry's wife Meghan was obscured by a giant candle during the Queen's funeral last year. One tweeted, "Princess Anne has played a blinder in that hat. From certain angles it completely obscures Harry. It's the Jubilee candle all over again, but more outrageously feathery." Another wrote, "It's hilarious that Harry's stuck sitting behind Anne, who's wearing a giant hat with a plume on it as part of a uniform. No view for Harry." A third added, "Princess Anne's hat with the tall feather is this year's candle." Charles's only sister, unlike other women at the coronation, was dressed in a military uniform because of her official role at the coronation. She was the gold stick in waiting, the person entrusted with the monarch's personal safety on the big day. Good that it's Princess Anne of all people. She should be a good example of what it means to be the sibling of the heir, proud to support her brother. She didn't appear to let him out of her sight. The King and the Queen coming up to the mall whilst Anne was riding, she was looking at him the entire time. But it wasn't a look of malice or jealousy or anything bad. It was an, "I'm right here for you, bro." Harry, unlike his aunt, doesn't have any formal roles at the coronation. The spare author was seated Saturday in the third row of the pews inside Westminster Abbey, where his father's crowning event took place. He was placed between Princess Eugene's husband Jack Brooksbank and Queen Elizabeth II's cousin Princess Alexandra, as the front row was reserved for working royals.